Welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, it's good to have you here again. And if you're new, welcome to Bam. So don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and click on the little notification bell beside so you could get notified whenever a video is posted. On today's video, I have a very important guest with me. He's a scholar, he's a Christian, and he's also a tech guy. So welcome with me on today's show, Mr. Adeola. See my sister. Say hello, sister. Like I mentioned earlier, here is Mr. Adeola Joseph. He graduated recently from the Department of Mathematics, University of Ilorin. So we'd like to ask a few questions from him, being the scholar of Department of Mathematics. Welcome on the show, sir. Can we meet you?
Thank you very much. I'm Adeola Joseph, an International Mathematics Challenge Bronze Medalist 2019. I am a Christian. I'm a born-again Christian. 400 level scholar from the Department of Mathematics, University of Ilorin. I currently work as a research intern at Emerging Tech Foundation, California, USA. I work remotely, and I also work as a graphic designer at TerraFax ICT.
Wow, thank you so much for that. Our questions: when you gained admission, did you think you were going to be a scholar? Were you intentional about being a scholar?
When I gained admission, I wasn't actually looking forward to being a scholar in the department. In fact, before I got to know what a scholar meant, it took time. So I never had the mind of wanting to be a scholar. I just wanted to be the best that I can be.
Okay, so how did you become a scholar?
Well, should I say it was shocking to me also. Although I gave it my best, I read my books, I attended classes, I took notes, and I studied and studied very hard. And I was very shocked during the holiday after my 100 level, and my level advisor just called to congratulate me that I'm the new scholar. I was like, wow.
Wow. That's awesome. That's beautiful. And what were your typical academic routines?
Well, my typical academic routine is just similar to that of a student. Every morning we go for lectures, come back in the evening. Then after lectures in the evening, we have to jump for ball somewhere or the other, try to do some things as students. Well, we have the night. I usually have the night time to just do other things as a student and also work.
Okay, so how do you study and prepare for exam?
Okay, during my 100 level and 200 level days, I usually prepare for exam before resumption. Okay. So I go home with all the courses I'm supposed to do, the materials for those courses that I'm supposed to do the next semester. So I read them and resume prepared for the exam already. Yeah. But from my 300 level, 400 level, because of other responsibilities, I usually prepare for exam weeks before exams.
Wow. So what other things besides academics were you involved in during the school year?
During my school years, I was involved in several things aside academics. And in my 200 level days, I served as a 200 level pastor and academic coordinator for Mathematics Christian Student Fellowship. I served as academic director for Faculty of Science Christian Student Fellowship. Yeah. I served as academic director in my campus fellowship, Deeper Life Campus Fellowship. I also served at University of Ilorin Christian Fellowship Association, aside being a member of Quiz and Debate Club and also other things.
Wow, so how many fellowships were you involved in? Because I've had like 3 or 4 fellowships now.
I was involved with almost every fellowship on campus because getting to the position in UCFA, you have to be involved in every campus fellowship.
Okay, so aside fellowship, what were other extracurricular activities you had?
The other extracurricular activities I do at my free time, I write. Okay. I'm also a good writer.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I was one of the team lead of Faculty of Physical Science Debate Club, and I was also a member of University of Ilorin Debate Club.
Thank you for that. So, who are your close friends, either in school or generally? Who are your close friends?
Okay. Actually, a guy with a lot of friends,
Okay.
but I'll just mention some friends that are very close to me.
Okay.
One of them is Jagboro Brume. He's
Okay.
also a scholar in the Department of Mathematics, and
Wow.
my other friend Olora Maevita. So those are actually very close friends.
Very good to know. So, what are your criteria for choosing friends?
Well, I believe birds of the same feather fly together. So my first criteria for choosing a friend is number one. Your person has to be born again.
Okay.
So if they're going to be very close to me, you have to be born again Christian.
Okay.
Number two is we have to share the same values. So my friends must have the same values with me, diligent and discipline.
Okay, that's good to know. So, what if there's somebody that is like a scholar like you, but is not born again? Can the person be your friend?
Yes, I have friends like that, but not intimate friends as a Christian.
Thank you so much. So, what was your project topic?
Wow. Okay, since you asked, I'm going to tell you. My project topic was free vibration analysis of axially functionally graded,
Wow,
simply supported relieving using differential transform method.
beautiful. Is that in mathematics too? Alright, that is so long.
Yeah.
So, who was your supervisor, your project supervisor?
Wow. My project supervisor was Dr. Oti Olotu.
Thank you. Sir. So, how was your project? How was it generally?
It was so challenging
Okay.
because having to work on something I had no prior knowledge on. So I had to spend a lot of time reading, researching, and it deals more with engineering than with mathematics.
Oh, wow.
So I had to God was just faithful. Let me just say it that way. God was faithful.
That's good to know. Thank you so much. And how many hours do you read per day on the average? Like average day?
Okay. On the average, I try to read every day.
Okay.
Let's say at least 2 hours,
Okay.
but not necessarily academic books. At times I read spiritual books, other books.
Okay. So on the average, you read 2 hours per day.
At least. So there are days I read all day, and there are days I read more than 1 day.
That's good to know. So how did you find the balance between your academics and other activities? Because like you mentioned, you were coordinators of so many things in fellowships and you did other things aside being a mathematician. So how did you balance that?
Okay. First, God's grace was sufficient,
Okay.
and number two, I had to be very disciplined because having to from class to prayer meeting, from one meeting to another meeting, going back to class. So I had to be very, very disciplined. And another thing was I had just little time for frivolities, so I couldn't just do anything anyhow, and I was very diligent with my time.
So like you have said, discipline is very key to get things done and to find balance between everything that you do. Alright, so what was the least grade you had?
The least grade I had was a C, and
Wow.
that was my 300 level first semester.
Wow, a good scholar. Having a C, alright, okay. So, what was the most challenging course you did and why was it challenging?
Wow, that's actually a very deep question. We have several challenging branches in maths, and one of it is actually when you get to abstract algebra and real analysis. Well, I'll say my most challenging course was Math 332.
Numerical analysis too.
Yes, numerical analysis too, because we had to solve questions of several pages, 7, 8, 9 pages.
True.
It wasn't.
Alright. I'm also aware of the course, so for a scholar to really say it's challenging, then believe you me, it is challenging. Alright. Are you staying off campus or on campus?
All throughout my undergraduate studies, I stayed off campus.
Okay. You stayed off campus, so how did you manage reading at night with the way light is outside of school and all of that?
I stayed off campus, but most of the time I passed the night in class.
Okay. It's a night class. Alright, so do you think location matters, whether a student is off campus or on campus? Do you think it matters or affects the study in any way?
Well, To some extent, location matters, but it depends more on the student
Okay.
because those staying on campus actually have more time because they don't have to go down through camp to off campus and coming back to school, so they have more time to do more things. But irrespective of on campus or off campus, it's student personality that determines success.
Okay, so like you already ate. It doesn't matter whether you're staying on campus or off campus. If you want to be a scholar through discipline, you will be one. All right. So, what are your plans after school?
Okay. Sure, as a mathematician and a tech person, I have passion for going for further studies first. So after school, I wish to go for further studies, that's MSc, PhD outside Nigeria in preferably machine learning. Then I currently run a scholarship group, PG scholarship group, where we train students to get undergraduate and international postgraduate scholarship. Plus, I'm also a tech person, so I want to establish in tech after school.
Alright, that's good to know. Thank you so much. Do you have a preferred place you'd like to be posted for NYSC?
Well, I do actually. I have a preferred place, but nevertheless, as Christians, we are ministers of the gospel. So God's will supersede my will. So irrespective of maybe I want to go somewhere or not, it depends on the leading of the Spirit.
Okay. Alright, thank you so much. So what advice do you have for students out there on how to do well academically?
Well, to students out there, to do well academically, there is nobody that ever succeeds without purpose. You have to be purposeful and make up your mind to actually succeed. And plan your time well. Move along with good people, I mean good friends that will inspire you even when you are weak. And as much as you can, stay focused to your goal and always remember that success is never complete without God.
Thank you so much, sir. It was great having you on the show.
Thank you so
that
much.
was Professor Adeola Joseph on the show with us.
I call him.
He's a prof. He does a lot of things. So thank you for coming on
Thank
the
you
show
so
today.
much.
It's really appreciative. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends that would need this video. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.